Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of HBMs Nuclear Tech Mod, and welcome back. What? You said welcome back twice. Man. But anyway. Buh. Buh. Today we are going to... We have like an hour because I woke up late, so like, it's kind of fucked. I really don't know if we can. Oh, because that sucks. It's okay, I'll compensate tonight, guys. And we got a couple, like a 40 coming up, bro. What the heck? That's great, right? I actually need to go get the answer to the question, why is the moon covered in lights? It's in Discord. James 2H cord. James 2H cord. Those are not the questions I'm looking for. Nuke this soy jack now. Oh, cool. Shit, guys. All of the stuff you build shows up on the other planets. Bah. So now we've finally confirmed that information. I was actually really curious about that. Jeez. Absolutely amazing, you know? You know what I mean? Anyway. So we actually have a lot of stuff that's going on with this oil setup, you know what I mean? Oil setup. But mainly, I need to deal with the Dash production. Which, I mean, Dash can probably just go out this and find its way somewhere. Canada. Well, it could also go out the top. That's the idea, at least. So what we'll do is we'll just start our Dash exit. Get the Dash exit done, at least. We need to do something. This sucks. Because, like, it's down, and I don't really want to deal with it being down in a hole. Oh, shit. I hope I know what I'm doing today. Oh, yes. yes, again, more clumsiness. But don't worry. It's been fixed. By pillaring. Wow. Pillaring's, don't worry, the pillaring is the answer. Pillaring is the answer right there. Ultra black coffee, bro. Now this light is in the way. Oops. I'm sure that's fine. Yeah. That's how that goes. And if we can successfully place in cobblestone and jump on it, I'd be surprised, given our current track record so far. Let's go ahead and see what's... Okay. Who wants to make a guess and say that the hole for what we're looking for is nearby? Probably just a little bit over this way. And take a peek. I was pretty close, but very far away actually. Which... those two things aren't even remotely similar. This one will be the closest. And this shit's all the way at the back. Will we run out of conveyor belts before we can finish? I don't know. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we can now say a solid yeah, probably on that one. It's everybody's most favorite response is yeah, probably. No. Use all of them. All. Never mind. Okay, so we need more conveyors because we're stupid, and conveyors we need more. There's just something so unsatisfying about falling through a hole. I just can't put my finger on it. You know, there's a place called West Virginia where they have tons of conveyor belts. But yes, thank you to the people of James2H Discord for providing me the information with why there's lights on the moon. It's because we built stuff there, which I figured, but I just wanted confirmation that that's really what's going on. Also to the people of HBM land, please, Mr. HBM himself, you need to make a conveyor version of these. That'd be pretty neat. Or you could build circles with them. Circles. That's a great idea. Alright, we're looking for conveyor belts. And I can already see a few that are just trying to hide. They won't really have a chance to escape. I'm just saying. They're kind of bad at this game. Except, they're going to be even worse when I have Vein Miner 7. I don't even need to see them. I can just mine all of them all at once. Noise. 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 Conveyor anchor would be nice. Yeah. Like, that would be an absolutely sweet way of moving resources around. It'd be totally tubular, man. What the? think we're running out of conveyors here. Well, we're running out of conveyors that I can reuse. I was gonna say steal, but I ain't stealing shit. What am I? A criminal? No. I'm just a guy. I'm just a fish. Here to harvest all of this and also check my data that I needed to check yesterday because that's important data for the prosperity of the YouTube channels. Analytics. Okay, we're looking good. We're at 7,100 subscribers. Hey, is it already open the LAN or did I forget that? It's already open. But okay, cool. Audience. My audience is flat, but that's okay. I don't really care. That actually growth of my audience? That's weird. Watch behavior though says that 88.1% of people are new viewers. Thank you guys so much. I like that. It's great news. But really, I'm not looking for any of that. I'm just looking to check my statistics on that. Okay, cool. That's good. Unfortunately, it is not making me more value for the investment I'm putting in. So, with YouTube, my trick that I sometimes will be using is to invest money into a video. So that way, it will pay out more viewers. Since that ends up being the ultimate. Basically, you just pay for viewers at that point. But you invest money into it and then you get more out. At least that's the idea. It only works with good videos though. And it's kind of hit or miss as to whether it's actually going to give you anything or if it's just going to take more than it gives. However, sometimes it gives you a lot, which is what happened with the GT Super Symmetry 100 Days video. Really paid dividends that way. Speaking of dividends, I learned about that. So back in May, I got into the stock market and I had put some money into different bonds and mutual funds and things. And one of the things I didn't really know at the time was the fact that you get, for owning a share of those, you get like more, like you get paid dividends, which are like, here, have 0.6 Soxel or something. Well, Soxel is super volatile. I don't like Soxel. I don't even know what Soxel is. I just know SOXL. Probably not something I want to get into. I did get into it one time. And when back in the day, I had made $54 off of that. That was in May. $54 off of Soxel. Then I lost it all because I'm stupid. But that's just doing quick scheme investing. Or like quick investing. Bad. It's doable, but I don't recommend getting or investing or putting like money into those super short-term things. I personally prefer to do longer-term stuff. The idea is that instead of potentially putting a higher risk in my money, I'll put a lower risk for a lower return. I mean, it's worth it. I've actually got a plan though. So there's a DivX, which is basically when they pay the dividends. What I'm gonna do is put in my money right before that. And then, boom. Instant dividends, and I haven't even been holding it for a while. Now, the problem with all of this is that my taxes are gonna look absolutely stupid. I'm gonna do those this weekend. Because my taxes are gonna have, like, all of this information on it. But that's what I was looking at yesterday, was like, oh, what the heck? How have I gotten more money out? And I've made like $200 just by putting my money in dividends and stuff. Because I went down 300 because of bad investing, okay? So I was like making shitty investments. But getting dividends from all my mutual funds and bonds and things really pays out, because then I'm already like, I'm gaining for doing nothing, basically. It's pretty worthwhile if you're trying to really stack up your money as to. And now a dividend is kind of like, I think it's kind of a percentage. It might be a percentage of what you put in. And so if you have more whole shares, you might be able to get paid more dividends. But I'm not sure, because I don't actually know that much. I just know I made a ton when I was actually trying to trade, and then well, I made a ton by not trading. Just hold. The hold game, or hold gang, right here. 100,000% hold gang. Somebody also told me gambling's pretty ludicrous, and I would agree with that statement. But I'm not gonna gamble because I can't do that yet. But I guess that just goes along with my investment schemes. Absolute genius right here. But yeah, that's really satisfying, is when you like when you look at how much you've made, and then you go, dang. Just from doing nothing there. Just from doing nothing. I'm probably gonna put in, well, with my money from YouTube, I usually put that back into YouTube. Then taxes are gonna be fun. But I don't really mind finances. Finances aren't bad. What would be nice would be to switch over to drone stuff for my job, instead of doing the shitty job where you don't even get to go in civilian clothes. You could do drones. Let me tell you, apparently at nighttime, the drone operators get to wear civilian clothes. Absolutely amazing. I will do that. That sounds awesome. Sounds sweet. That's special right there. But I feel like drones, they need to become bigger in the scene of warfare. Like in the US, at least. Because in Russia, they have already they're planning to build a drone section that's the size of the Marine Corps. So we need something that's, well, we need our own equivalent, the drone corps, to beat them. Something like that, I feel like. Or we need two, so that way we have twice the size. Of course, I don't think we really know how to use drones more than surveillance. Because that bothers me, is that we don't know how to use them more than surveillance. Like yes, there is the UAS is what they call them, and it's like, or no, the FPV is what they call them. I don't really know anything about the FPV. It might be able to do this stuff it needs to, but in reality, there's many types of drones used by them over in Russia and Ukraine. They got thermite drones, they got all kinds of stuff, where we just have two, which doesn't really make sense. And they seem to both be for observation. That's kind of sad. Can't really speak on the other one because I haven't learned anything about it. So it's my dash maneuvering pipe. And we're gonna fill in this shit. Nice. But yeah, part of my financial goals are gonna be moving a lot of my money from my savings to my investments, because that is how you stockpile cash. Dividends, yes. Just give it time, and you'll eventually have tons. My keyboard is squeaky for some reason. I should probably take the thing apart and see why. That's a typical me behavior. Certified hood message. Don't worry. Okay, now this cord is starting to bug me. Okay, good. Okay. So what do we need to get this thing up and running? Or actually, I'll leave that to you. So I got this thing done now, and we're gonna be producing ionized particles for Shrabadate in here. So like, we need to keep that in mind. That this isn't just a setup for fusion, but it's going to be the future of pretty much all of our stuff. So here's where I'm gonna output start working on the Xernox stuff. And we're gonna just go ahead and get out my gigantic flat AoE and hit Shift F9 so I can see where the heck I'm going. Now I gotta do that F9 thing twice. Okay, so we're gonna stop about... No. But I got to start working on the Xernox because the Xernox comes into play when we start trying to take those ionized particles and, well, continuously make them into Sherbidium, which is the idea. The idea is we're gonna make Sherbidium in copious quantities here. And automate that process. So that will be kind of my end is all of the side projects, but the actual fusion stuff is going on. Not even something I've had any real say or done anything with. Also, HBM, you suck. Ha 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 ha. Look at this shit. Why would you fuck this up? Why was it bad? Why can't we have it anymore? This is why we can't have good things, man. Come on. Fucking this shit up. Why? What does it say? Okay, and we're gonna grab all of the garbage that's sitting over at the next to TAA inside of the building. Next to TAA, yes, TAA, the greatest place to go blind because there's a laser beam in there. Man, the real question is, what time do I show up today? I think it's just like a regular day. I hope it is. I hope it's just a regular show up and then go to class. That's what I gotta do. That's what I've been doing. Class. That's terms for do something cool, but it's boring. Like, in other words, hey, you're gonna go do this cool shit, but it's going to be tiresome for your mind because you're just gonna be there all day. It's not bad. It's not that bad, but still, what the fuck is this thing doing? Process my lead absorber pellets. Go. You stupid imbecile. Ah, yes, go. Well, this produces Watts mud when you put Watts pellets through it, which is weird. You suck. Big suck. Bismuth. It's already got lead nuggets in there. And it's okay, guys, because I know a solution. Yo, no way. I thought I was the only one who walked up spiral staircases that way. I don't remember what you mean. But don't worry, guys. There's a way we can get rid of this problem. There's mud in there, right? Okay, toxic mud, right? Oh my god, mud. Absolutely terrible stuff. But don't worry. Don't worry, guys. I am an engineer. I have the solutions to the problems that nobody needed me to solve. Shit. God damn it. Why was it set to that? Who did that? Because I know that couldn't have possibly been me. I'll admit it was probably me. I mean, who else could it have been? But I wonder how radioactive that box is, per se. That's actually the question that I definitely am curious about. Ah, that's not that fucking toasty. I was like, maybe it's gonna be super toasty. Or I just need to set everything on fire with these. No, get this shit out of my inventory, bro. I don't need that shit. No. No. That's more like it. Got Neptunium in there. I have a lot of bismuth in there. Like making one turn and then turning the other way to undo it. Yeah, I am kind of confused. Alright, now it's time to go do the fun part. No, I'm gonna turn this off. Actually, leave that on. I'll figure out what you mean. Like this. I feel like this is faster. Where's the thing at? No, no, no. It's not a thing anymore. Cool. This mess. 5 gold. But why the fuck is this other gold on its own? It was sad. Jesus. Come on. And the Zernox is actually really small, so I'm definitely able to fit this shit in here. We only need one, or actually we have 2 cycles that we have to run, but it's not going to be bad. So the way this is going to work is we're going to do Zernox, Zernox, which is going to provide us with our Sherbidium starter materials. And then reprocess our Zernox materials through a Purex machine. Which means we might have 2 Purex machines down here, to be honest. Because we're going to have to move the old one and build a new one. So, as far as building a new one, I don't know if I'm going to do that, but we'll figure that out. It's probably something I'm going to have to do. And, of course, I need to go grab a crate. Because I'm done with my inventory being clogged constantly. I hate spiral staircases usually, but it's okay. Should find what I'm looking for in here. I hope. Chest? No. That'd be a how dare you moment right there. And of course, time to remember to do the one thing I keep forgetting to do. Gotta jump over this. Gotta get me some concrete. That is the worst English I've ever heard. Without a doubt, that is the worst. To the people who say "cuh," you suck. But we're looking for the thingy. Right? Yeah, crafting table. Where the heck is our crafting table? Is it the only crafting table like the one all the way over here? I don't know. Shrug. Hey, it's a valid answer, trust me. Shrugging's perfectly valid. You can trust me. We went over there for a crafting table, but instead came in through the hole. I guess I like going into holes. Or actually, I can't say the other one because it's bad. So we're not going to say that one. But you can fill in the blanks. It is 4:46. Yellow concrete. Jump into hole. Don't mind the color palette, guys. This is gonna be absolutely beautiful. You can trust me. Hit him with the good old trust me, bro. This is a certified bruh moment. Okay, that should do. And then we need another one behind that one. And then it's time to figure out auto craftifications and combinator funnels, probably. Potential for combinator funneling. Ooh. And I really do like the combinator funnel, and I think that you should be using it if you're not. If you don't use the combinator funnel or haven't heard of it, please start using it today. Because if you don't, I will physically come to your place of existence and demolish your front door. to make you do it. So keep that in mind. That was almost pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yes, then it's time to put in the ceiling, I guess. I do want to put in the ceiling right now. Color palette's perfectly good, guys, right? Yellow. Just yellow. You know, I could have done red, but there wasn't any red bricks. And I'm not a fan of communists either. So, we ain't doing that shit. And who can tell me why this is wrong? I can, because that's in the fucking wrong place. You can't build Xernox reactors on the border. It just ain't right. But anyway, this will be the first one, which is going to handle the uranium. Or we could convert uranium in the normal, logical way. You know what I mean? Where you take a gas centrifuge to make uranium. And then we just have 2 Xernox reactors that run the plutonium fuels. But I also need to figure out the exact amounts that you need for getting the most yield out of these. Because there is a certain threshold for all Xernox fuel cycles. There might even be math to it, honestly. But with plutonium, I'm assuming because it runs hotter, it's going to need less natural gas. Just realize you cannot even get out of this hole from this way. Well, that's great. I need that. It's got extra space in there. And, well, of course, the reason I came up here was so I could grab the stuff from here and look at what do you need even for a gas centrifuge setup? Because I could set up gas centrifuges. G-cent. It's almost like decent, but with a G. But gas centrifuges should actually be kind of annoying, but still, what is the recipes, guys? What's the recipes you get with this? What do you get with this? UF6, right? Uranium hexafluoride. And of course, that needs sulfur. Uranium hexafluoride. 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 Yes, fluorite, water. I hate that. Hate that disgusting hexafluoride shit. But does it take 2 G-cents or more? It fucking sucks. It takes 4. Or you could Silex it for this. But ideally you would put it through G-cents. Yeah, maybe there's other options like take this shit and shove it in here anyway. The Silex does seem to provide you with a good way of turning this into this, but that's an expensive, energy-consuming method. I guess the best way is probably to just run it into its own cycle, and you can get it with 2 of them, but you'll be getting 6 nuggets instead of 11. Yeah, so it's not that great. But it's better than the Xernox reactor, which I guess is technically true. It's just kind of the problem of figuring out whether... Okay, so would I rather, A, take my... That's a lot of those that are just going to nowhere. Okay, would I rather take my uranium and run it through the Xernox reactor, or would I take my uranium and put it into the other thing? And I really don't know. I actually don't have an answer. The fuck? Get on the fucking conveyor. Get on the fucking conveyor belt. Fucking asshole. Ah, there we go. Some fucking divorce. Divorce the fucking uranium. Get it away from me. This shit's annoying. That was pretty bad, but it's okay. Put all of the stuff in the box. Stuff in the box. It's like Jack in the Box, but there's no Jack. And of course, we don't even need those super fancy 100% turbines that give you... Maybe we should do the 100% turbines for that. Because it's the Zernox reactor, so it's tiny. And you said we could do this with either the Zernox or... Well, the Zernox is faster. We probably should run the Zernox. That's just how that is. There's no way I'm not running the Zernox on this. And I'm just gonna set this to vein mine. No, no, no. The whole thing. Tear it down. Tear it down. Expect to see no more conveyors in this shit. This shithole gonna be empty of conveyors. This thing was made so long ago, and it's only now getting torn down. I mean, it failed to meet the standards. I mean, I suppose it makes a good church now. Like, we could actually have some kind of super cult religion thing. It's the Church of Rocket now. This literally, like, right in line with the window. So every time you look out, the rocket lands and then flies away instantly. And then you can also see Soy Jack from it. So I suppose it wouldn't make a bad church for any of those things. No, look at that. They're just hiding pipes underground. And that thing was fucking routed weird. I've got so many conveyor belts from this setup. It's unreal. And of course, it's time for me to get my shit running. Where's my... Oh, hey, that means the Polaroid's on a certain setting. Head down to the hole. Okay. And usually when we set up a power plant like this, we install a power sensor on any outputs on it. So we can measure the output rate and everything like that. So we have a bunch of power gauges upstairs for that. I guess you're doing the battery room right now. I mean, we're gonna be running out of time at like 5:10 again, and I just got up late, so that's my bad. However, at least we're getting some stuff done today. And these have an efficiency of 85%, which is pretty terrible for energy. But then the Zernox doesn't make shit for energy, so... So it goes there. How did it work before? Because it would have probably gone like something like this. Oh yeah, that would be how it goes. And it comes back down here. But that's just for the uranium one. This one will be taking uranium and putting it together into the stuff. We already have a couple stuff for this. So we just need a few of these to make those uranium ones. Do I have a hopper in here? This was in the era when I didn't use hoppers. It's fucking sad. Sad, sad, sad. It should be something like this, kind of, as far as my Steam outputs. It's 5, which means it's almost time for me to go, unfortunately. But okay. That's not how that goes. What the fuck? I don't remember it looking like that. Ah, I know how it looked. Shit goes here. Boom. I kind of hope that works and isn't a problem. I mean, it should work, right? That's how it works. Yeah, it probably works, guys. I don't actually remember, but it probably works, guys. Probably is a good enough answer for me. I'm satisfied with that answer. I mean, really, you could configure this any way you wanted. But that should do the... No, that's annoying. Because there's a way to do it where it was, like, so good. It was so good. All you had to do was have, like... If I remember correctly, you come out a block, then you do one here, one here, one here, and then you put in your other thing. I hope I didn't use iron ones for this, because that'd be kind of annoying. I think I did. Yeah, but that's fine. And I need my fluid ID now. Oh, there it is. It was in hiding. It's in plain sight. But it needs to be steam. Super dense steam, right? It's the first one. Yeah, it's just super dense steam is the first. Super dense. Then you go down a layer. Then you go to regular steam. Dense steam. Dense steamification. Then you go down a layer, and then you go steam. This one's already set to steam, so it doesn't matter. Which should do what I want it to do. I hope. I hope. God damn. But also the pipes have to be the same. So start with super dense steam. Then switch to regular steam. And then do it again. That's one reactor done. Then this shit needs to be fixed. So that will give you the shape that gives you the most optimal energy connections. Because you can just plug one cable into it and you don't have to do anything more than that. At least that's what I hope is going to happen. Because I don't actually know how well these connect when you put them adjacent to that thing. I think you might have to just pipe right into it, and that would suck. That would suck. What is this set to? Super dense steam. Cool. So we're gonna do super dense steam. We're gonna do regular steam. We're gonna do steam but denser. Put it in. Cool. Yeah, so that will work for those. And that means our power output can just go into the power grid from there. But the power output from these doesn't even matter. It's negligible anyway. The only reason you need those is just to keep them up and running. So that'll be my power output cable. And then in addition to that, we actually need to figure out the crafting system for how we're going to run these. I suppose they just power themselves, but I don't really think that's going to work. The crafting system is going to be interesting, though, because what we need to do is take conveyors to places, and we need more hoppers. And I don't know where I can cannibalize hoppers from, but if I had to guess, there's probably some over at Soy Jack Industries I can borrow, since there is a place where I can think of where I know where there's some. But the reason I need hoppers is so I don't actually have super big issues with resource loss. It's a thing that exists. See an HBM mod. Idiots lose their resources by using conveyors and doing it incorrectly. Using conveyors everywhere is wrong. Don't do it. You want to try to save on that, because then if you use conveyors where necessary, but don't throw your conveyors in the trash for no reason. That's not to say that conveyors are expensive. I'm just saying that I don't want to use conveyors because it means I'll have to sacrifice a lot of resources potentially if I don't do it correctly. Now, what is in these? There's not even anything in them. That's good. I'll take that one. So I got 5 of these conveyors, or hoppers, most important machinery, and we'll just run over. Then it's time to install the hoppers. So basically the hopper goes from the assembly machine, in this case, or crafting table, into there. Yeah, there's other ways to use hoppers, but this is the most optimal. So then, boom. Then we'll be on to setting recycling systems up. This guy, he just needs a regular Purex, and that guy needs some extra fancy bullshit, but we'll get to those in a future stream. For now, I'm just gonna grab the regular Purex machine, and then we can figure out how to pipe all this shit it needs. And also, we're gonna head to Soy Jack Industries and grab the nitrogen production line, but that can be a next episode project, because for now, we don't really need nitrogen. Although, it'd be nice to have. So, we should be looking at there being nothing in here. And there is nothing in here. So grab it. And run away. Then we need to make a second Purex machine. So next episode, Purex. I'm gonna also already start on the moving for the nitrogen line. Purex. I don't know which way I'm going to orient this thing. It's a pretty big looking machine. I like it though. It really kind of takes that chem plant vibe to the next level. Thank you HBM for making this a thing. I'm being dead serious. And I think that's pretty obvious. Now let's go ahead and set this to 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, just do 3. Yep. Oh shit. This is a terrible moment. Okay. Now remember, to get rid of that shit, just do that. Do one of those. Now it's done. Cool. I really do not like to place the Purex machine But first, we'll take conveyors that will output into their different things. Like, on this guy, green can be my uranium stuff. That's going to go into an inserter here. It's going to be pointed down. Then green is going to go into that. We're going to dig a hole in the floor. No. No. It's going to go over to here. God. Shit. How dare you? Let's get out of this hole. Please get out of the hole. Okay, so we're gonna do this. I'm gonna run it to here, and then we're gonna say that's uranium. So now I have an output for uranium that makes sense, kind of. Uranium output. And remember, make sure to check and make sure that's not pointing the wrong way, or all of your shit's gonna get ejected into the void. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. You suck. If you do that. But I don't suck, so I'm not gonna do that. And I've never sucked before. Trust me, bro. Trust me. What, can I actually place this on there like it's... Okay, never mind. At least it looks kind of cool. Kind of. Slightly cool. Now, if you shift-click, you can place grates onto pretty much anything. Beds, chests, probably furnaces. Anything that you would potentially ever think, you could probably slap some of that on there. Could definitely try that out. That includes the Purex machine. But the Purex is another 5x5 machine, so I need to really expand this area to include another 5x5 machine. 5x5 machining. But that should be enough space for a Purex. And that's... Oh, it's a 6x6. Oh, that's fucking gross. But that's fine. I can deal with a 6... Oh, it actually is a 5x5. Who would have known? Or is it? Okay, it is. It is a 5x5. Or is it a 5x... It is a 5x5. Okay. Enough of trying to negotiate what size it might be. We at least know what size it is. We're going to take out an output from here. Boom. And we're going to put it into this machine. That means I need a conveyor inserter. And some conveyor belts. Belts. That sounds great. Eject. And it also needs to go to the cooling drum first. Which is an extra step that I didn't even remember. So that will be over here. It will go to the cooling drum, and then it will be inserted into this thing after the cooling process has occurred. So I suppose this will work. I just gotta figure out some kinks with it. Then we have to do the same thing for the other one. But not the exact same thing. I mean, they're just gonna be running... One's gonna run plutonium. The other, he's gonna run the ultra fun stuff. Now, the real question that everybody's probably wondering is, how are we gonna get uranium and plutonium and everything down here? To do that, and we can only really get uranium right now, but we are just stockpiling it up in here. Problem is, with the uranium in here, it's trying to do some dumb shit where it pulls it out. So we need to set a whitelist filter on that thing. And we also need to make a filter for uranium. So we go here to this guy, set whitelist for only uranium. Then that means that he won't pull these out when I throw them in here. There we go. Yeah, so that means, boom. Now I'm gonna take these down there with me. So the first step is actually to convert these, now that I think about it, into the stuff you need for the fuel, not to do this. Yes, this works, but you first have to convert them, which means that our setup's gonna look a little different. But you just use a hopper in the same way that you would normally do. Pull this up. Then we need another conveyor crafter. And I will have to go soon, in like a few minutes. But that will do the trick. Then I can put in a inserter here. Oh, that's fucking wrong. Do that. Invert. And that should do the trick for, what I need to do. Nice. It looks pretty, until I do this, which makes it look a little better. Now it's all going the same way. But the main thing with this is that it's going to take in from the green side and green side only. It's going to output these. And the first step is taking these through a crafting machine here to make those, which goes in. I mean, ideally, with this setup, we could just use 0 power for it. Like, that'd be the idea, is it takes 0 energy to power it. So I have a cable for power out, and I have a cable for power in, and that's how I do every setup. Even a nuclear setup needs a power in. Like this one, needs a power in cable. Okay, that should make it nice and lit up there. Okay, look at that. Nice shitty lighting on this. Okay, some redstone torches will do the trick. And yes, this needs a couple of things before you can even do stuff with that, but it also is going to need a... So this will be the output to the cooling drum, which is the first stage of reprocessing. And then from there, Purex. Okay, yeah. And then on this side, what comes back from the Purex is going to be those thingies. So you need to have a way to get those back. Probably going to do that kind of thing. That is, when it outputs, it's going to give you back one of the things. So then you need another crafter here. So when you take it out, you get that piece back. Since it's a one-way cycle, so I don't need to worry about the Purex crafting stuff. The Purex is solely here, so that way when my plutonium comes in, I can mix plutonium with what it needs to be with the uranium byproducts to get what I need. Because I need to run plutonium fuel. But I think that's enough for today, because I kind of have to go, so I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.